Okay, in the last section, we covered how to secure free listings in the major search engines. Those were called organic listings because they happen organically based on the search engine's whim. Though search engine optimization is an excellent way to drive traffic to your website, it usually takes several months before you see great results, so you may want to look into pay-per-click advertising to secure links. Pay-per-click advertising is also known as contextual advertising, sponsored search marketing, paid search marketing, PPC, or sponsored listings. The best source for this? Google's AdWords at adwords.google.com. Google AdWords is the leading pay-per-click or PPC program and has the best tools for optimizing your campaign for good listings and profitable results. Google is by far the most popular search engine with the most searches conducted. That means tons of potential traffic to your website. But more importantly, they have superior advertising tools to help you create, manage, test, and track your campaign. They also have in-depth tutorials on how to use Google AdWords. Google also gives top ad placements to advertisers who have the best click-through ratio, along with a couple of other factors that Google does not really reveal. So, you can secure top placements, and you don't have to pay more for per click than your competitors if your campaign is optimized. An interesting aspect of pay-per-click advertising is you don't need top placements to get the most click-throughs or to make great profits. For example, you may find that you show up as the 7th listing on average, or your click-through ratio is higher than when you show up in the 4th listing, which might cost more money. That's why we always stress the importance of tracking results and redirecting your marketing efforts accordingly. Facebook ads are quickly catching up to Google AdWords in the online ad game because Facebook has so much information about its users, their demographics, interest, what type of content they read, and things like that. They provide you with a great deal of control over how you target your ads. You can be extremely granular about who you want to see them, or you can run multiple ads that are each targeted to a very narrow group of people. Facebook's tracking and statistics let you see exactly how well any given ad is working. Like Google, Facebook rewards the best ads by lowering the cost per click as you get better results. For this reason, it pays to target your ads very specifically and test and track your results on an ongoing basis. A word of caution, though. A profitable PPC campaign requires a lot more than doing the keyword research, throwing up some keyword terms and ads, and watching the money roll in. AdWords advertising is a fine science, just like SEO. To make pay-per-click advertising profitable, you'll need to choose the right keyword terms, ensure high conversion from impressions, the amount of times your ad displays, to actual clicks on your ad to your site. That's called your click-through ratio. You'll have to create several ad listings targeted to specific keywords or keyword groups. This dramatically improves your click-through ratio. You'll need to create a targeted landing page for each keyword or keyword group to ensure that the information a visitor is looking for is provided, and all content is geared toward your visitor's mind frame based on the keyword used by that visitor in his search. All of this is to ensure you secure the lowest possible per-click cost. Then, you need to convert your incoming PPC traffic into sales so that your total PPC cost per buyer is well below your revenue per buyer. Now, you may be familiar with Google AdWords. You may even be running some campaigns, and you may have any varying amount of success as to its profitability. Well, let's look a bit closer at how PPC advertising actually works to make sure we're all on the same page. When you create a campaign, you're essentially bidding on specific keywords you'd like to display a listing for. This fast-tracks your website, guaranteeing instant placement at the top of Google or other major search engines. The only difference between this and regular organic listings is you're paying a fee every time a user clicks on your listing. Your listings appear at the top or in shaded portion of the search results and along the right side where it says sponsored links. Your listings are then triggered to display when an internet user searches your keyword phrase or one almost exactly like it. You're not charged when your ad is displayed. That's called an impression. You're only charged when the user actually clicks on your link and goes to your website. PPC can be an excellent addition to your search marketing activities because it offers many benefits. You can start displaying at the top of Google for your keywords in less than 2 hours. You can easily target your audience geographically with Google's local search. or thematically by creating an ad group for each keyword or keyword group. This means that your listing's ad title and call to action are specific to your keyword or the keyword group's theme, increasing conversions to clicks and sales. You can also target your audience by country, location, or language. You can even control your maximum bid amount for each keyword, list keyword phrases you do not want to show up for because their conversion to clicks or sales is too low, and you can control your total ad spend per day. One incredible benefit of PPC that businesses rarely leverage is the ability to test product names, offer terms, buyer hot buttons, pricing, landing pages, and more by driving limited traffic to your website and then tracking the results. Google allows you to split test several ads, and you can easily create numerous ad groups that link to variations of your landing page on your site. It lets you see exactly what elements perform best. This generates instantaneous results and feedback to make integral business decisions that are now based on your market's response and solid metrics, rather than just on guesswork or on a whim. For example, maybe you're an author who has written a book about natural medicine. Well, don't assume which book title will sell the best. Test it with PPC. Come up with at least 3 titles and make them the title of your various ad listings. Keep everything else the same. The ad content, the landing page, keywords, everything. Then tell Google to evenly display each ad variation. This will tell it to rotate your ads, and it will record which ad converts to clicks the best. Then you can use its further analytics tool to determine which ad converts into the most sales if you'd like. You would do that by creating identical landing pages at different URLs on your site and making notes of which URL is connected to which ad. If you have 10% more sales for your third landing page and all elements are identical except for the ad title of your sponsored listing, then you know that title should probably be the title of your book. PPC's many benefits can also be very hazardous to your company's health. 99% of businesses working with PPC have campaigns with very high cost per click, low click-through ratios, and poorly targeted ads and keywords. It's imperative that you follow the guidelines listed here for the sake of your company's profits and your sponsored advertising. First of all, use Google's keyword tool to research the best keywords and get a feel for the cost per click for those keywords. Organize your campaign into tightly targeted ad groups. Each ad group should be dedicated to a single keyword theme or even a single keyword. Create a unique landing page for each ad group. You'll place its URL into the ad so that all clicks for that ad group go to your targeted landing page. Split test at least 3 ad variations per ad group over time to increase your conversions. Closely monitor your click-through ratio. Do that daily, especially if you're receiving a lot of impressions every day across all keywords in your campaign. This is one of the single most important factors contributing to your company's profit or debt. If you get hundreds of impressions for a particular keyword or ad group and your click-through ratio is very low, then your cost per click will rise, your listing position will drop, and your overall campaign will be far less profitable and possibly spend more than it makes. When you find keywords or entire ad groups that perform far below the other keywords and ad groups in your campaign, delete them. That way, you don't waste impressions on them and lower your campaign's overall click-through ratio. Over time, that will increase your campaign's profitability dramatically. Track which of your keywords are resulting in the most clicks to your site. These are the keywords you want to focus on and budget for. The more time you spend daily on a highly clicked keyword, the more clicks and therefore the more traffic you're going to get. However, that's not the best way to ensure a profitable PPC campaign. It helps, and at the least you can and should do exactly that. But the secret to explosively profitable campaigns is to use Google Analytics or another tracking program to track which keyword results in a purchase or email capture. This is typically achieved by adding a bit of code to your website's landing page or maybe the thank you page, confirming the purchase or the email capture. As we discussed earlier, you may have a keyword that drives hundreds of visitors to your site each day, but you'll find that other less searched terms convert better. So instead of wasting your ad budget on high traffic keywords that don't convert, focus on the money terms that make sales, lowering your overall cost and increasing your revenue all at the same time. The bottom line is that pay-per-click is a definite asset to your business, but only if you do it right. And doing it right isn't always easy. If you choose to pursue PPC, we recommend that you do some further research and get a solid grasp of what you're doing. Having a good analytic eye for data will also help you out immensely. PPC is such a powerful but difficult strategy to master, so let's discuss briefly how to outsource it to an expert. We'll talk about outsourcing as a whole later on. PPC, though, is particularly important, and many PPC vendors can easily waste your money. Many PPC vendors will promise to manage and optimize your campaign. Now, what does that mean? We hear time and again that these firms or experts promise the world only to deliver loosely targeted terms and poorly written ads. And then to add insult to injury, they simply go with the initial cost per click for each keyword without trying to reduce the cost or increase the listing position. They don't monitor their campaigns daily or pay attention to click-through ratio to delete or pause keywords that don't perform. And almost none of them consider tracking keywords that result in sales and leads. And few take the trouble to create targeted ad campaigns and relevant landing pages. Yet all of these are absolutely essential to your campaign and its profitability. Don't let any of those requirements go unfulfilled. Insist on them. Put your foot down. First, you want to review the keyword list they choose for your campaign. Ask to see all the ad groups and their keywords before the campaign is activated. Ensure that each ad group is tightly targeted to a specific topic or theme. For example, if you're promoting widgets and you offer 3 different colors and 5 different sizes, you'll likely want to see 9 ad groups, 1 for each color, 1 for each size, and 1 for general widget terms. Now, each ad group should direct to a unique landing page on your website that is written specifically for that theme or topic. If an ad group is about red widgets, your landing page should talk about the benefits of your red widgets and why buying them is a great decision. You'll also want to see that each ad group has a well-written ad with the main keyword in the title and description, and hopefully in the URL of the landing page. What would be your main keyword? An ad group on red widgets would have several terms that all have red widgets as part of the keyword phrase. Your ad for that group should have red widgets in the title and also in the description. The more secondary terms you can get, the better. So, if you have terms that include red widget tips, red widget discount, things like that, try to mention tips and discount in your title or description as well. Additionally, make sure your expert is testing at least 2 ad versions for each ad group at any given time, and that they're set up to rotate evenly throughout the day. Don't let them select the option to show the better performing ad more often, because that will skew your results. You want each ad to have equal face time so you can see which one pulls more clicks and more sales. Once your expert identifies the better pulling ad, they should then create 2 or more variations of that ad to test different headlines, different description copy, and perhaps different landing page elements. This will happen steadily over time and allow you to consistently improve your campaign's profitability into a finely honed advertising channel. Demand that your expert monitor and analyze your campaign on a daily basis. The only time this wouldn't apply is if you happen to have such a tightly focused niche or industry that you receive very little daily traffic. At least, though, they should monitor your campaign every couple of days. This is most important in the first month or 2. The only time you should allow your expert to slack off daily monitoring is when the campaign is finally optimized and profitable. But how will you know that? The easiest way to tell is if your expert has paused or deleted all keywords or ad groups that had a significantly lower click-through ratio compared to the rest of your campaign. You should have seen a steady decline in your cost per click and hopefully have more click-throughs. Your daily budget should be well below your daily sales revenue, or at the very least, your monthly average should be significantly lower than monthly revenue. However, if you only have a 10% profit margin, don't assume that you have a well-optimized campaign just because you're making money. Push for 20%. If it's not possible after doing everything discussed above, that's fine, but you should test it and find out. And lastly, you must demand that your expert track your keywords' effectiveness all the way to the point of sale or lead capture. As we mentioned before, it's not enough to know which keywords get the most traffic. You're doing this to make money, not to just drive meaningless traffic. So the only metric you're concerned with is the amount of revenue and profit generated from a particular keyword. Make sure that the bulk of your budget is put toward those high-profit keywords and taken away from keywords that generate a lot of clicks but generate very few sales or leads. Don't worry if you're not sure how to create and manage a PPC campaign on your own. The workbook provided with this gives you additional training resources you can review, as well as a checklist for creating and optimizing your own campaign.